Well, hi there, everybody. Hellcrex here. Just doing an update on a finished project we got here. I finished up the well, it's kind of a Kurita slash Kell Hounds style paint job. We have the old Marauder here. That's a legendary style Marauder, and I got the little hazard markers on the front just to show where the front is, because that is the front where the mech is pointing. But yeah, one of those things where even the gun is off kilter. You see, there's a center line, and the gun's facing even farther over. So, not a very good sculpt, in my opinion, but at least when it comes to game purposes, looks fine for a dynamic, but no, not as a game piece. So you got to put a little hazard marker or something to show where the front of this thing is. But otherwise, it's a nice little plastic from Catalyst. And we have a catapult all ready to go. Reds are pretty bright. The camera's picking up lots of red here. I went with green canopies just to give some contrast to the everything. And then it's like ash and gray with a little bit of lighter gray mixed in, and then darken down a little bit with a wash. Get in there. So that works pretty good. Then we have an awesome. Because everything's awesome when you got a couple of these on the field. Yeah, I like the awesome. And the sculpt's pretty good. Works pretty decently. And then we got a locust. Little guy here. He's like, yeah, you can make those machine guns, or you can make them lasers, or however you want to go with it. Or it's like small lasers or even medium lasers. Because you got enough tonnage there to have a couple, like 3 medium lasers on the locust. So that's my preferred method. And then we got the Thunderbolt. I like the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's really kind of really like it is. It's a very versatile mech when it comes to the game. Kind of a nice little job on that thing. Painted up really nice for the Thunderbolt. And then my 50 Inner Sphere one for the Inner Sphere Lance. So this one does not have the tan, or not tan, but gray legs. So this is more strictly House Kurita style. So there's going to be one lance of these guys like this to add to the mix. So he's that way. Could have went the other direction. We already have one that's already painted up with the initially with the gray legs, so I wanted another one that's not quite the same. And the Shadowhawk. The only way to make this mech halfway decent is drop that auto cannon in favor of a large laser. Because otherwise, the Shadowhawk isn't all that great for a mech. But it seems to look pretty decent. At least that way. And we got the old Commando. So he's all ready to rock and roll. Decent little mech for the mix. And last but not least, the Battlemaster. He's all ready to rock. One of the things I always do to the Battlemaster is usually get rid of the 2 machine guns, and they move the medium lasers to the front. And then maybe add a flamer. It's like, I'd rather have a flamer than machine guns. Flamer's a little more versatile. And you don't have to worry about it exploding in your face either. But that's just me. So there you go. That's those. That's the whole kit and caboodle. That's basically 2 lances worth. So we got 2 lances worth of mechs right now, plus another. I think this might finish up the 3rd lance with that color. So we got all those. So those are complete. So that is what's in the book. Now, over here, we do have a plethora of new mechs. This is a commission that come in that I got to work on. It's like, got the Jade Falcon stuff way in the back. That still has to be worked on. That's my son's stuff. And just kind of not overly ambitious to work on that. I suppose I would be done with these guys if I didn't have to put all this yellow on. Yellow takes time. You got to put layers and layers and layers of yellow on to get it done. So to get it right, so it's not all blotchy. So it takes about 4 or 5 layers of yellow, and that's time consuming. I don't feel like doing it. And all right, we have a Uziel right here. This just needs to be painted up. These are going to be, I think if I remember right, silver or gray. If you remember my old, I guess maybe 2 years ago, the commission I did where they're gray, the 53rd shadow, kind of that kind of. So there's going to be some gray greens, there's going to be some silver blues and silver reds amongst all these guys. The usual. Then we have the prefect. I believe this is, the prefect might be part of the WOB lineup. I could be wrong, but I think it's a WOB mech. So that's the prefect. It's one of those errors down the road that I hardly ever play. So the only time I ever play WOBs is like at conventions. So it's like I don't really pay much attention to them. You know, you're getting farther down those books where, you know, it's like very seldom do I ever dig them out and look at them. So I looked at these and like, what are these guys? So it took some time to figure out what's what. So that's a prefect. And then we got a Blood Reaper here. And that's a Blood Reaper. Another one that looks kind of like WOB. Has that WOB look to it. But I'm not sure exactly if it is a WOB mech or not. It could be. It could not be. I don't know. And then we got the Karhu. This is a Ghost Bears. So this is definitely going to be gray with blue highlights. It could even be, I think I did some of the Ghost Bears already that with the camouflage. I have to talk to him, see if he wants that camo scheme, blue gray camo scheme. But I think this is a 100-tonner, so it's a pretty big mech. So it definitely does have that Ghost Bear look to it. And then we have a Merlin back here. So that's the start of the Merlin. We'll have to figure out what. I got to double check, make sure I'm going to get all the color schemes correct, what's going on. But right now it's like assembling stuff. Because I got a bag full of bits and I had to put them together. So I had to figure out what they were and then put them together like a jigsaw puzzle. Figure out what the picture was by looking at the bits. So. Alright, so this is a Night Gear. I've seen this in action before a few times, so I knew that one. That's a Night Gear. And then we have the Sparta mech, another one of those kind of melee type mechs. So there's the Sparta, and then obviously I know what the Berserker is. I have a Berserker. So if you're into having a fast-moving 100-ton mech with a big axe, this is for you. This mech would make Gimli happy. So with our socks, go out there and stomp on things. But so those are some of the mechs there. We have 6 Myrmidon Tanks. Move my big hand out of the way. There we go. Got 6 Myrmidon Tanks here. Those are fairly easy. They're just going to be OD greens. Star League style paint job. That's what's supposed to go on those for kind of like a planetary defense force basic color scheme for the Myrmidons. And we got a plastic Crusader. I had to look at this and well, it's got the spiky head, so that's got to be Crusader. And then I look, oh, it's got a pair of SRMs, looks like 6s on his legs, so yeah, that's got to be Crusader. And then it's got the bulbous missile launchers in the arms. So, like, okay, all the indicators say Crusader. So, gotta get that one primed. So, it goes over that side. And then, this is a Marauder 2. I was like, it's got wings, so it's got to be the Marauder 2. It's like, I looked, and it's like, the standard Marauder does not have wings, which, there. And you can tell it's a lot bulkier. So between the two of them, definitely no difference between the two. I like the look of this. This would actually look good as just a standard Marauder. It's got that nice beefy look to it, especially if you got one that had drop it down to all ER or large lasers and give it jump jets. Give it some wings because it drinks Red Bull. It's got wings. Alright, so those are all the assembled stuff now. And I'm still working on stuff here. I got to do some more Kurita infantry. It's going to be roughly 5 stands, I think. Roughly 5 stands of infantry or a platoon. So, yeah, roughly 5 or 6 pieces per. So, on the each little plastic stands I have, so they're going to be plastic bases like these right here. So, on that one. And we got one more left to assemble. We got a Grand Dragon 2. And see, that one is a 3145, so that's way down the line. That's like 100 and almost 20 years down the road from my current campaign setting that we're playing at here at the house. So, like, not even a twinkle in someone's eyes yet. So there you go. So it's Grand Dragon 2. I got to clean that one up, take all the flashing off it, and then throw it in the tub of simple green just to get all the release mold off. Then it will glue together easy. So, pro tip: if you have a hard time putting your metal miniatures together, go get some simple green, clean them all up, then throw them in a simple green overnight, then take them out, wash them up with some soap and water, and lo and behold, they glue together a lot easier than if you're just trying to glue them together with this mold release on them. So there's that. Work smarter, not harder. That's all I gotta say. All right, so that's the update that's currently that we got going out today. And obviously I still got some bolt action stuff back there. But over here, like I showed those before, I'm slowly working on all those elementals for the works. So I got to work on those slowly. Just getting paint on them and then doing a little bit at a time whenever I feel like it. They are not a rush because they're going to be for the current campaign I'm playing. And since we're at 3027... yeah, that's like 23 years from now. 21 years, 20, something like that, before we have to worry about the clans. So I got time to work on those. All right. Hope you guys liked the update, and we'll see you in the next one. Hellcracks out.